Recently, I was speaking to one pediatrician, doctor who deals with children issues called pediatric. And this doctor specifically expertises in dealing with autism cases, the children with autistic symptoms. So, what is this autism? Autism is inability to identify with the outside world or unresponsiveness. That is this is a very rudimentary understanding of autism. So the doctor was explaining to me one of the main reasons nowadays the autism is increasing among the children is that excessive exposure to mobile, smartphone, especially the social media and all that. So we were discussing and this today's Bhagavad Gita verse with the help of modern day knowledge, the scientific research, it is very easy to understand. Here Krishna is saying that yehi samsparshaja bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment. There is some kind of enjoyment we feel with this material body, especially when our material senses, when they come in contact with material object, certain experience we undergo, and that experience we call it as happiness. And Krishna is calling that as bhoga. When our indriyas or the senses, when they contact the sense object, we all have 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. And there is an object of happiness for each senses. Sight is the object for eyes. Sound is the object for ears. Taste is the object for tongue. Smell is the object for nose. Touch is the object for skin. Now, today, with the modern day experiments and advancement of science, we can understand what exactly this means. We all have seen there are many chemicals in our body, especially the chemical called dopamine. This dopamine chemical is responsible for making you feel high, making you feel motivated, making you feel kind of happy, enthused, and all that. So this is the chemical which is there in our body. And whenever your 5 senses, they come in contact with their sense objects, the dopamine is released in our body by the command in the brain into our blood. So the moment this chemical called dopamine is mixed with our blood, immediately we feel happy, motivated, enthusiastic. So when somebody feels not so motivated, going through low depression for a long time, and they go to doctors, the doctors give medicines, and that medicine is nothing but to release more dopamine in our body so that you feel. They try to understand why. They have done research and understood if you are a healthy man, this should be the dopamine level in your blood. If anything less than that, the normal dopamine level, it makes you feel low, not so motivated, not so interested in life. So they try to, by giving those medicines, they will try to bring the dopamine level high. So this is the basic understanding that today even modern day science is giving us. So the idea is that how much our material senses should come in contact with material object, so that there is some kind of a chemical called dopamine keeps releasing in our body and we keep feeling happy. But excess, anything in excess is always harmful. Right? So now understanding this, our biology and biochemical research, the many multinational companies with billion dollar investment, they understood, okay, this is how human body works. They feel good, they feel happy, they feel excited, they feel motivated whenever there is dopamine. So why can't we come up with a product that keeps on producing dopamine in their body? So that's when these social media things came up. That we can see the founders of social media company, especially Facebook or others, they have admitted in many interviews openly that they designed their algorithms or whatever the programming in such a way, keeping this biochemical design of the human existence. So they saw that, in the earlier days, we all can remember that when we receive a letter from somebody, we all would feel happy, excited. When the phone used to ring, the landline, without even have that caller ID, you would feel happy. Oh, someone is calling. So they figured out that these things are making people happy. So why don't we make it happen more? So that means notification was introduced, so that every time when the notification comes, our brain thinks, okay, there must be something good for me, happy thing for me, so that more dopamine is released. So like this, the dopamine exploitation has happened in our body. But as we all know, there is a limit, there is a saturation point. Beyond a point, when the dopamine is mixed in our body will become insensitive to this dopamine now. It won't feel anymore that excitement, happy, high, motivated. We won't feel. There is a saturation point, and after saturation point, if you keep continuing the same thing, then there is a breakdown point that we all have studied in basics chemistry and physics in our school days. So now what is happening? First of all the grown-up people got exposure to smartphone, social media. There are games in the mobile. When you keep on playing the games, you feel that the success, that winning, you can keep earning points, so that keeps making you feel good. That feeling good is nothing but the dopamine in your blood. So, and you keep on playing. How many hours? Half an hour became 45 minutes, then 1 hour, then 2 hours, 3 hours. And there are cases where children don't even come out for having breakfast, lunch, dinner. They don't even come out of the room. So they are so much dopamine addicted, they don't feel like coming out of the game. They're starving, but they can't even understand it. Like you might have seen, people will all be sitting and they'll be so busy in their mobile. And when we talk to them, they also have developed autism. What do you mean by autism? Unresponsiveness. Like you'll be saying, are you coming? We are going. Nobody responds. You have to tell, are you coming? Then also sometimes they respond. Then you have to shake them up physically. What did you ask? No, are you coming? I'm going out. Okay, something. So this is called unresponsiveness. This is among even grown-up people. This irresponsiveness can become sometimes dangerous level. What to the extent of not coming for breakfast, not coming for dinner, not coming for all those things. And slowly it comes to the point of not studying for exam, not going for job. One devotee told me, one practicing devotee, that his mother, who is about 58 years old or something, and she comes from tier 3 cities, not even tier 1, tier 2, Because some, you can say 1 lakh population probably the city place. So now this woman who's 55 plus, late 50s, she has become so addicted playing games. And night after 10 o'clock, this woman starts playing the game. Just imagine what is the situation. Okay, no problem, you play a little bit. It all starts like that only, little bit you play like this. And now as we all know, on internet, you can connect some 10, 20 people and you can play games. So now all the women in that, area, so of same age, you all have this walking group and some temple going group and all this thing. So now they all connect to on internet in this game and they all play till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the night, and then they sleep. So it is affecting their family life now, because this woman who is sleeping so late, she cannot get up early in the morning. So she is no more able to cook breakfast or, all those things, and it leading to a health problem and all. So you see, this is what Krishna says, Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate. The so-called happiness that we are experiencing at our body level can actually lead you to suffering. And now, what has happened? This has entered to such small kids, infants. One devotee told me that when they got child, they didn't know what to do when the child cries. So whenever the child cries, they would give smartphone. The moment you give smartphone to the child, it stops crying. So in that way, the child was always watching some cartoon and all those things from the age of 6 months, like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And the parents were happy that they solved the problem. The child is no more crying. So the child is always busy watching like this. Now the child has become 3-year-old child, or a little more than that. Now the child has become fully autistic. Means you call the child by name, child cannot now identify with the outside world. All the child can do is it can only identify what is happening in the mobile world. It cannot identify outside of the mobile world. The child cannot even identify its own name. And it is such a big struggle to feed the child. Because as you know, at least grown-up people, they know that I'm hungry, I should eat. As a child doesn't even know that I should eat. Because that knowledge is not there. Just see how much we can get lost if we are not careful. Nowadays, these young people, especially the last, these millennials, of those who are born after 2000, who have too much exposure to the social media and smartphone, they come and say, nothing is exciting in my life. And every day they need some excitement. There is nothing called normal life. Means that normal is no more excitement. They say, kuch nahi ho raha hai. Now everything has to be something big. Otherwise, nothing is exciting. Every day has to be a special day. Otherwise, they say, I think I'm feeling very low. And depression has become extremely common. The one research says 7 out of 10 young people are going through depression. Why we have reached this point is, you see, it is like this. When you abuse your dopamine system in your body, that means you keep forcing your body to keep releasing dopamine, you become dopamine addict. And when you become dopamine addict, and our mind is such that when you give something, it gets adjusted to that level. Now it asks for more. And then again you have to give more. Again you have to give more. Again you have to give more. But your body has a limit. It cannot now produce beyond a point some dopamine. So that is when you start feeling low, because now you need more and more dopamine. And that is when people actually start taking to drugs and other alcohol and all that. Because those are outside substances. When you put those substances into your body, they again produce some dopamine and other chemicals into our body. So that is how, because you need excitement, You need that high, you need that motivating experience. So we become addicted. So that science and technology thought, oh, we have figured out ways and means of making people very happy and excited. But actually you see what has it turned into. So Krishna says, Nateshu ramate buddhaha. Buddha means buddhi. The one who has buddhi is called Buddha. So such a person, he never participate in this kind of enjoyment. He is very intelligent. He understands that actually it is dukkha yonayaha. It's actually the source of problem, source of suffering. It may look like happiness in the beginning, but actually it is a source of suffering. You see the problem of autism, problem of depression, problem of all these things going on. So, intelligent person stays away from all these things. So, we have to be very careful. Here Krishna is saying, Ehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate. See, we as a soul, we are Atma, we are not this body. We are different from this body. So Atma always has desire for happiness because Anandamayo Abhyasat. We are always looking for happiness. We always want to experience happiness. That is a natural requirement for Atma. So at the material level, when you are in the conditioned state of life, when you are in your material consciousness, when you think I am the body, so the arrangement is made how to get happiness from the body. But because we are Atma, we will never be satisfied with happiness our body offers. Actually, our body offers one level of happiness. That's how people are all mad after, to exploit that happiness through dopamine and serotonin and all the which Autism and all those things. But beyond that also you will never be satisfied, especially in the human form of life. That is how in the human form of life there is this nature for looking for happiness beyond what nature is offering to you. You see the cow, or you see any other animal, from last 1000 years or 2000 years, they have been eating the same food. There is no change in their diet. The cow, if you keep a cow at your home, after 10 years, the cow will never complain. Why are you giving me grass every day? Why don't you give me some special item? Once in a month at least. Because the cow, in the body of the cow, the soul is happy to whatever the cow body gives, it is happy with that. But the Atma in the human body is not like that. You see the cat. We all know cat is satisfied by drinking milk. From last 1000, 2000, 5000 years, it is a fact. And you never seen that some cats have discovered new food. They've innovated some new cuisine, right? Continental cuisine and all those things. No. You give everyday milk, the cat is going to be satisfied. Every day you give grass, cow is going to be satisfied. Next 1000 years, 10,000 years, they're going to be satisfied. But if I give you everyday same food, you will say, no, can you give me something different? Children at home, they ask, Mommy, can you please cook something different? It is because the Atma has evolved in the body of this human life. They look for happiness beyond what human body can offer. But how to get that happiness beyond what human body can offer, you require enlightenment. And that is why such a person who has received that education, how to get that happiness beyond what my body can offer, is called Buddha or Buddha. And if you don't get that education or enlightenment, how to get that happiness beyond what my body can offer, then you will abuse your body because you think only my body can give happiness. So you will force your body, you will push your body beyond its boundaries, and you will abuse your body. And that's what we see going on in the today's society. They will go on. They will think, okay, my body gives me happiness. My body is a source of happiness. I will push my body. Oh, by sleeping, I will be happy. So go on, sleep, sleep, sleep. And then again, they get frustrated. Then they think by eating, I'll get happiness. Go on eating, eating, eating. There also, they'll get frustrated. Then they think their sex life will give me happiness. Go on having sex in this way, that way, that way, this way. There also, they'll get frustrated. How much pornography content this world has produced? You think people are satisfied? Because it will never satisfy them. More and more production will happen, but they'll never be satisfied with. More and more varieties of food items will come that will never satisfy people. More and more varieties of beds and cozy items will come that will never satisfy people. Unfortunately, they do not have any education how to get happiness beyond what my body can offer. And that's what Bhagavad Gita is teaching. How to take that happiness at spiritual level. Only at spiritual level, on spiritual platform, we can derive the happiness beyond what our human body can offer. Because if you are born as human being, you're not going to keep quiet. You will ask more happiness than what your body can offer. That's unavoidable in the society. That is why human society, human civilization, it is keep evolving, because there is an inherent, unstoppable force within you to look for happiness. And that is why Prabhupada is quoting from Padma Purana, saying that Ramante yogino anante. Ananta. What do you mean by ananta? Unlimited. We are looking for that unlimited happiness. We are never satisfied with the limited happiness that body is offering. Our nature is to look for unlimited happiness. And yogino anante, the one who has figured out how to get that unlimited happiness beyond what my body offers, such a person is called yogi. Like you call engineer, doctor, lawyer, like that, the one who is trained to access that unlimited happiness, such a person is called yogi. Ramante yogino anante satyananda chidatmani. What kind of happiness it is? First of all, it is satya. It is not temporary. It is eternal happiness. Because what body offers, it is temporary body. How do I know? We all already have experience of this. When you are a small child, that the playmates, the play toys, the toy car, the toy bike was giving you happiness. It was giving us happiness. But is that giving you happiness now? That means now that happiness is over. It was a temporary happiness. Now when my body changed, when my child body became young body, now in the young body, I am no more interested in that toy. Now I am interested in something else. So that is not Satyananda. Satyananda means it is not temporary. It is eternal happiness. The quality of happiness doesn't change. Chidatmani. This happiness comes from Chit, not from Jada. It comes from Chit, not from matter. It comes from spirit. Like when you're a child, you can play with some toy dog, toy cat. That's how they keep some teddy bear and all. But a grown-up person keeps a real dog. Because the real dog is Chit. Chit means it has ability to respond to you. It has ability to, deal with your feelings and emotion. That is Chidatmani. A child is happy with fur, the toy made out of the fur, which cannot talk. But the child is happy talking one side, all that. But a grown-up person is not happy having a toy dog. He needs a real dog. Like that, if you're grown up, then you need to deal with actually at the soul level. not at the body level. So, Satyananda Chidatmani. That education, that enlightenment is very much needed for all of us. And that education is what is available in Bhagavad Gita. How do we seek happiness beyond what our body, mind, intelligence and ego can offer? If you don't get that education, helplessly, you will be forcing your mind-body system to produce more dopamine, and your body will not produce more dopamine beyond a point, and you get depressed. So this is the reason why there is a depression in the society today, because they have no spiritual education. The moment there is a spiritual education given, then they all know how to seek happiness beyond body level. What body can offer is so insignificant once you know how to take happiness from soul level, soul platform. And that is when person become sane. Otherwise you become insane, crazy. Like you see why the number of rape cases are increasing. Because it is natural for people to look for happiness. And they think sex gives me happiness. So now they think because sex gives me happiness, let's go on increase it. They are spiritually uneducated people because they don't know there is a higher happiness beyond my body level. And how to get that? First of all, they don't even know there is a higher happiness, and they have no education, no training how to get that access. So now they become crazy, insane. So the spiritual education keeps people sane, civilized. Otherwise, you will see insane people increasing in the society. Uncivilized behavior increasing. Not only just rape cases, also corruption. Because people will start believing that material happiness will give me more happiness. So they want to increase their material facilities and material positions more and more. So for that they need more and more income. So they will start demanding people for more and more bribe and more income beyond their authorized ways and means. So that is how corruption, rapes and crime increases in the society. If you want to solve all this problem, then Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is offering that you need to get educated and enlightened. Especially the spiritual education is very much needed. Such a person who is called Buddha or Buddhiman, intelligent person, he will not go behind the samsparshaja bhoga, which is dukkha yonaya, material happiness, which is source of miseries. So this we need to understand. And what is the lesson for all of us in our personal life? We should put our mind and think over and make some discipline for ourselves, not to use all the social media or anything that makes you dopamine addict. You have to tell your mind that a regulated dopamine we will get. You have to earn that excitement. Not simply excitement is given so cheaply for no reason. Then we will start enjoying every small thing that is naturally available in our life, apart from our spiritual practice. Otherwise, no matter what you get, your body is craving for dopamine. Nothing can excite you. You'll always feel low, dull, demotivated and enter into depression. So we should be careful. So Krishna is saying one of the very important instruction that if you are intelligent, don't try to get addicted for this material happiness, which is source of misery. So we'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare.